Xiaomi just dropped their biggest tablet ever. You get a massive display, you get Snapdragon power, and a budget-conscious price. But is this Redmi Pad 2 Pro the go-to ultimate budget tablet? Or is there something to watch out for? Let's find out. The tab itself actually looks and feels really good. Now on the field front, it's a bit of a heavy boy. In fact, it's roughly 610 grams on that 12.1 inch display. You do get quad firing speakers top and bottom, which sound super punchy and really good. And then on the rear, you get an 8 megapixel sensor as well, which can output video at 1080p 30 FPS, which is really good for example, you've just wanted to take some video calls or use this for family calls, etc. So all that is really nice. That display, as you mentioned, 12.1 inch. It is an LCD display, but you do get 2.5K resolution, which is pretty wild, and it's a 16:10 ratio as well, so factor that in. So when you're watching back content on here, it does look really good. Colors are punchy, well balanced, and you get really good contrast because it is an LCD panel, not a TFT LCD. So factor that in, that this may be a budget tablet, but you're still gonna get really good quality when you're watching back content or you're using it to just navigate around. Now, speaking about navigating around, you do get 120 Hertz OLED LCD panel, 120 Hertz panel, which offers a really good experience when you're using things like HyperOS 2. This is going to potentially be upgraded to 3, but is running OS 2 out of box. You don't get any real AI features on here. It's just the basic stuff through Google Gemini, but that's okay, factoring in that this is a budget tablet. But one thing we did notice that we're a bit surprised about is, although this has a ton of features like a really great display, Snapdragon power, really fast charging, massive battery, etc., you get limited unlock options. So it's either your face or you put in a pin. You don't get a fingerprint sensor built into the screen at all in any way, which does feel like a bit of a miss. Under that panel, which is metal, just to let you know, you do get a 7S Gen 4 chipset, so that helps this run really well. And this is an 8GB 256 variant as well. And your benefit you have here is you can't really push or get great performance from high performing games. For casual games, random games like Tennis Clash as an example, it runs really well and offers a really good experience. Swiping in and out and the gestures, etc. look really good. Graphically, of course, it looks super punchy, vibrant, and the response rate again is very good. So no issues here at all, except for one, and that is directly linked to the size of the tablet itself. So when you're gaming on here, it can feel a little bit cumbersome to get your fingers in all the right places, depending on what aspect ratio you are using this tablet. So factor that in, that 12.1 may be great for media consumption. When it comes to gaming, it might be a slight limiting factor. And then finally, on the performance front, we mentioned large battery, 12,000 milliamp hour battery, and then charging is 33 watts. Now, this is one of the downsides of having such a huge battery and relatively average charging is 0 to 100 will take roughly 4 to 5 hours to charge completely. Now, it's unlikely you'll let this run down to 0 and have to charge that much, but still that charging rate is a bit of a downside. I thought you'd probably get to 45, maybe even 50 watts just to be extra cheeky, but no, it is limited to 33 watts. So this Redmi Pad 2 Pro at its entry point 128GB variant costs £219. You also get the option of an SD card slot at the top as well, which give you additional expandable storage, just to mention if you went for the base one. So what are our final thoughts? It is a really good tablet. It sits beautifully along something like the Honor Pad X9A as an excellent option in this really budget category, especially leading up to Christmas, would be a great buy. But there are some issues. As we mentioned, the cameras on the front and rear are only 8 megapixel and only 1080p, so don't expect amazing, really great photo and video quality if you did use it for those reasons. Even if you deduct those, the panel's LCD, still decent, not great. So I say something like an OLED or an IPS LCD. And then of course, you've got a few other components like the charging isn't great. And then there's no indication from Xiaomi in terms of its support in terms of its OS and security updates. There's no indication how long that will be. Will that be 1 update? Or will that be 3? Or will it be 5? There's nothing to say it. So is this off-putting? No. This sits, like I said earlier, right alongside the X9A as one of the best budget tablets you can buy right now here in the UK. It's a zero question we would buy this. It's an excellent experience. Yes, it's heavy, but it has tons of additional accessories, things like a pen and a keyboard that you can attach to make this even more of a productivity experience if you wanted to. But let us know in the comment section your thoughts on budget tablets as a whole. Is this 12.1-inch tablet just too big, or are you like, hell no, I'm paying the 220 and I'm getting myself a big tablet? Let us know in the comment section, and be sure to like and subscribe as well. Until the next one, we out.